Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. I realized when I turned the camera on that I'm not wearing my NaNoWriMo shirt, which I believe I've worn for every single Nano and Camp Nano announcement in recent times, but this is still my July announcement video. I'm gonna try to keep this video short and brief, mostly because I haven't entirely figured out what I'm doing, but I'm gonna tell you what I have figured out, and then we'll just see until the end of the month how much that changes. So my project for Camp July is going to be a new project, but I'm going to be sort of doing a spin-off or a companion type story to something else I've already been working on. And I haven't talked a lot about the previous already existing projects before, but it is a Swedish project I've been working on about two guys who take a summer course in photography. And I'm not actively working on the story, even though I probably should be, and maybe that's what I should be working on in July instead. But I've decided to pluck a character from this story, specifically one of the main characters' roommate and best friend, and write about her summer. Maybe not the entire summer, but at least a chunk of it. Now, for the story I'm already working on, which doesn't have a name, I just call it Simon and Noah because that's the characters' names, I have an outline. A super vague 11 posted outline or something like that. For the one I'm gonna work on for camp, not so much. I have like 2 scenes in my head, and I don't even have the name of the love interest. But in this story we're gonna follow Freya, who is Simon's roommate, although I feel like I should say these names in Swedish because it's a Swedish story. So we're following Freya, who is the roommate of Simon. And while Simon and Noah, it's so weird to say the names in Swedish when I'm speaking English, while they're off at their photography school courses during the day, Freya works in a thrift shop or a secondhand shop, and she's gonna come across a lot of people. She also has baggage from back home that she will have to deal with, and someone new and exciting who currently does not have a name will enter into her life. Now, I'm setting a word count goal for myself for 30,000 words this month, which, thinking of it right now, sounds really high, or feels really high, because on top of writing this, I'm also going to be rereading my half of the dual rule project that I've talked about in plenty of videos before, which is 80,000 words long. I also have full-time work at this time. I also want to read some books because I've been neglecting that for the better part of the year. And to make matters worse, this story, Freya's story that I'm going to be working on in July, it's going to be in Swedish, which I'm not used to. I know I said that Simon Noah's story is in Swedish, but it's weird and rare to me to write in Swedish. My goal is 30k, which feels like a lot of words. I've definitely done more than that in a month, but it feels like a lot. And I'm also gonna do it on my typewriter because the next few parts of the typewriter experiments I'm doing will start, at least, with Camp July. No, I do not know why I'm doing this to myself. It would be a lot faster for me to write on the computer, and I doubt that I will pick up my speed enough to be as fast on the typewriter, but that's what I've decided to do for some reason. But I'm also going to put it out there again that I am not as strict on myself and hard on myself about Camp NaNoWriMo as I am about real actual NaNoWriMo in November. And if I feel like I can't hit the 30k, I will lower my goal and or shift and start working on the computer instead of the typewriter. That will sort of hinder my experiments on the other hand, and those I care about, so we'll see. But the goal for right now is 30k in Swedish on a typewriter on a new story for which I do not have an outline. And I typically do not work off of outlines, but I've done that with the dual rule project, and that has been really beneficial to my writing. So we'll just see how this chaos unfolds. I also had this idea of, instead of setting a word count goal, setting like a page goal or something, because when I work on the typewriter I will have to manually count the words, and I figured it was easier to be like, oh, I'm gonna write 50 pages instead. And I might still change to that, but the problem is that I can apparently only put words as my goal on the Nano site, and I could change it so that my goal is like 50 words, and then I will just input 1 page as 1 word. But that will mess with the stats, but also not. But we'll see if I change that down the line and decide to count it like that instead. Or if I power through and go with the 30 and manually count out my words. Or if I figure out an average and it looks like, oh, but a page is like 250 words on average, and I'll just count that each page is 250 words to make it easy on myself, because I don't actually want to manually count out 30,000 words. Or maybe I'll just lower my goal altogether. We'll see. Anyway, that is all I have for you today. I would love to hear down below what you're going to work on for camp this month if you're participating. and I'll be back with another video soon. So I'll see you then. Bye!